This is Friday Freedom for December the 12th, 2025, here on Following Him, the Disciple Life. In Christ, we are freed from the strifeful ways of the world. Strifeful, a word maybe you don't hear too much. I did look it up. It is a word. It means full of strife. If you're on X, and I have not been doing as much with it lately. It's not exactly a great place for your mental health. Or really, if you're on any of the social media, or what I sometimes call anti-social media, I do realize that might come across a little contradictory since I'm obviously posting this on this anti-social media. But hey, this is where the message can be gotten out. You see a lot of strife right now. Now, one thing to share with you, kind of a personal note, one thing that's been bothering me a lot is what I have seen been said against a grieving widow and against the legacy of a man that I think did a lot of good for the world. And a lot of things said against and insinuated against and alleged against the organization that he started and left behind when he was tragically taken from this world. And there are times it can make me kind of angry, to be honest. When I say kind of, if I let it can make me really angry. And this is where the freedoms that we get in Christ, we have choices to make to really grab a hold of those freedoms. Because when we're following the Messiah, there are things that we are taught through His Word that free us from this strife that's in the world. Doesn't mean we won't have to deal with the strife, but we will not participate in the strife. In other words, we are not going to add to the strife. Now, Romans 12, verse 14. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. There are times, in fact, a good portion of the time, the most you need to say to someone online or in person, oftentimes, particularly when you're dealing with somebody that's belligerent, somebody that they can't be reasoned with, somebody that is, no matter what you say, is going to find evil to say to you. The words to say are, God bless you. I'll pray for you. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to accept those words well, but at least you would have said something good towards them. So much of this is about not lowering ourselves to their level. Verse 17 of that same chapter, there in Romans 12, repay no one evil for evil. Have regard for good things in the sight of all men. If it is possible, as much as depends on you, live peaceably with all men. Now, I get it. Now some want to really focus on that if it is possible part, and they kind of take that and they forget the words around it, and they're like, well, it just wasn't possible. No, you just didn't make any attempt. But as far as what comes from you, as a follower of the Prince of Shalom, you're going to add shalom. You're going to add peace to the situation. Now, when we talk about peace from a biblical standpoint, this doesn't necessarily mean just getting along. We get this. And there are things that must balance out all these principles. But you're not going to lower yourself to their level. So right now, be careful. If you can see some of the things that's going on right now, and the rise of actual hate, or people treating others hatefully, people just saying horrible things to people, about people, the way folks are being treated, Don't lower yourself to their level. That doesn't mean you don't speak out. That doesn't even mean that you don't say, hey, this is wrong. But don't do it on their level. Don't lower yourself to their tactics and their ways of doing things. Don't repay somebody evil for evil. Bless and do not curse. We're freed from the strifeful ways of this world in Christ. You have a great rest of the day. Be with you here in a few hours with Shabbat Shalom and Shalom.